As you know by now, I am very passionate about skin, and I've spent a long time deep within skin. I have been trialing all of the products all over the world, and I've been traveling for years now across different manufacturing plants, as you know, to find the right partners, but more importantly, to really understand what each country, each market, and each lab is doing in the way of progressiveness in skin, both in active, in formula, in delivery, in packaging, all of it. But when it came to actives, I have been so curious about all of it. And if you've been following along for long enough over at Hilary Holmes Makeup, you know that I'm really passionate about trying lots of products. There's been one particular active which has had a huge moment in Korea over the past year or so, called PDRN. Now, this is a really interesting conversation. I've been getting PDRN injected. They're considered a skin booster, essentially. It's like vitamins and minerals for underneath your skin. It's the best way to deliver it. I've been getting a non-vegan PDRN, it's the salmon one, injected into my face for about 18 months now. And I started doing it both in Australia, but I started in Korea. And only because it was presented to me by that clinic as something that was really impactful. And over the past 18 to 24 months, I've been using it and loving the results on my skin. Then what I noticed in Seoul in Korea, that there was a lot of skincare coming out with PDRN. And I too got really involved in it, and I bought pretty much every single product that had PDRN in it. This was the salmon derived PDRN. Obviously at Home Beauty, we are vegan. And so as I started to deep dive into it, I recognized that PDRN, look, is a big conversation. Essentially, PDRN when injected is the best way of getting the impact of it. But when applied topically, it can be challenging because the actual molecule of PDRN is too big sometimes for it to actually be absorbed into the skin. So obviously at Home Beauty, we're vegan, so we were never going to be able to use a PDRN, but I was really interested in it. And as I started doing more research, I recognized that there's actual vegan PDRNs. Vegan PDRN is phenomenal. We can see through lots of the trials and tests that they perform that actually it has incredible results when applied topically. And so when I started deep diving into vegan PDRN and I worked with Alice and the team at Cosmax, I was really wanting to figure out how do we get this really good result on the skin. And so we got to the point of recognizing that I wanted to have a biocomplex, Home Beauty biocomplex, which really allowed two types of PDRN to be in the formula. And so I've gone with two types of a vegan PDRN, one being a rice-based PDRN and then one being a probiotic PDRN. These will have really amazing impacts. The probiotic PDRN is phenomenal and will have, I just can't wait for you to try it. It just really helps with a very holistic overall impact to your skin, the hydration, the barrier, everything. It is just phenomenal. The white rice as well supports its tool, but they function a little bit differently. So I really wanted to create that. They're now going to be a consistent active, both of them across all of the range of Holme Skin, which is very exciting. Then I also wanted to make sure that each individual product, given it had a different action, cleanser being a remover, the serum being a refining polish to the skin to get rid of any of that dead skin. The essence was really there to give more hydration into the skin and to really help with that cell barrier, but really get that juice into the skin. And then with the moisturizer, something that really allowed a really good deep hydration, but fundamentally was amazing at repairing the cell barrier. And so with each of the products, I've worked really hard to create a combination of actives that aren't complicated, but are really impactful. And when I say that the deep dives that I've done in terms of just assessing these formulas now, after I finally approved them today and where they're going and what they've got in them, they are genuinely some of the best skincare products in the world. The way these formulas are very holistically built. I just can't wait for you to try, and why I've had such amazing results with my skin since using. And so by the end of this video, you should know what each of the actives are in your skincare. The cleanser, as I've mentioned before, this is an oil in water formula. This is a very rare combination. As we know, oil and water don't really mix, and it's worked. We've worked really hard to make sure this formula is one that is so cohesive and beautiful. It comes out and disperses as a foam, and it's designed to be a dual action cleanser, not just only to remove your makeup, but also as a cleanser. So it really removes the need of having cleansing balms and the additional messy steps of removing your makeup beforehand. In the cleanser are going to be more about peptides and amino acids and lipids. There's no need for us to have heavy actives in the cleanser. We need the cleanser to be an action focused product. Because cleanser isn't on your skin for longer than 10 to 30 to 60 seconds, we won't be putting in any actives in there, and anyone that does, I think it's bad marketing, because you shouldn't really be putting anything in your cleansers that are designed to have a huge impact on the health of your skin in terms of penetration, because cleanser's not on the skin for long enough for you to need that. So what the focus of the cleanser is more on the formula in how it can enrich the skin, which is why I've really focused on having lipids in there to make sure the skin's feeling really hydrated afterwards and nourished. Sometimes we know cleansers can feel very stripping, but this particular formula, I've designed it to be, whilst it's a kind of oilier foam, it's not designed to feel really laden or heavy or thick on the skin. It feels very light and aerated, but you do get that nourishing impact of the lipids. So as you know, I've spoken about the skin barrier. This is designed for that. A lot of cleansers can strip the cell barrier and really cause inflammation and redness from the start. This is designed to be very different, really cleaning the skin, really getting rid of all that dirt, makeup, oil, and anything there that's really an impurity, and getting that skin to be really clean and ready to go for the rest of the system. Okay, let's get on to the serum. This is all about polishing that skin, really refining it and making sure we're getting rid of all of that dead skin debris, which has an impact on your makeup, making your skin feel dry, bitty, and gross. This is designed to really polish off the skin, giving you a beautiful smooth surface. So when you apply, the makeup sits on your actual skin, not on the dead skin. To ensure this happens, we have gone for 10% of an acid base serum, but we're focusing on mandelic, and mandelic is a much more gentle acid compared to a lot of the other ones in the market. We are here for gentle exfoliation. This is going to give you the impact of a brilliant exfoliating system without the impact on your cell barrier. So you're going to find that your skin feels really refined, polished, and smooth without the irritation or the inflammation that some of them can bring. We've also added in vitamin B3, which, as you would know, is called niacinamide. This is designed to really help even out the skin texture and the tone. It's a really great all-round active that we see in a lot of products for good reason. Something that I'm really proud about when we put into this one and really boosted this up is panthenol. Panthenol is an incredible active that's very, very popular over in Korea. This helps with a lot of different things. It's really there to help with the skin barrier, soothing it, and really making sure it's not inflamed. So it's a great balance to the acids. And we have an action, it's doing its job, but we're supporting it with the right actives around it to ensure the skin's feeling really healthy as well. The essence is a really great one because this is something that I feel like really is needed in the market. Obviously, when you use an essence, you're really looking for that plumping. So there's hyaluronic acid in there to really help plump out the skin. There's panthenol in there to really help with the reduction on irritation. We have beta-glucan and centella in there as well to really, really work on the health. It's all about cell repair. We're obviously going in there, we're helping hydrate, we're helping look after it. We want to make sure it's being looked after. We're not here to have a quick fix, we're here to actually fix. We also have some licorice root in there, which will help reduce the redness, and a couple of other really amazing actives. So when it comes to the moisturizer, we really, as I've explained before, we want this to be all about protecting your skin and really keeping that cell barrier strong, because we know it's going to be the direct outside source to anything you put on top, makeup or sunscreen, pollutants, the sun's damage. So we want this to be kind of your bodyguard to your skin. We have things in there like panthenol, again, to look after that cell barrier. We've got ceramides, which is one of my favorite. This really helps the sensorial. It's beautiful when you play with it on the skin, but it's really designed there to help with the hydration. In this moisturizer as well is phytosterols, which are really huge in Korea. This is going to really, really help with the cell barrier and making sure it's super strong. Across most of the products, we also have a lot of glycerin. And when I say we're not being cheap and stingy on the glycerin, we've got a lot of glycerin in there. And glycerin is one of the best ingredients you can have in skincare. So we're really proud that we've made sure that we've got really high levels of it in each product. Hydrogenated lecithins is an amazing active we've got in the moisturizer. This is going to help deliver all of the actives that we're also delivering within the actual product. So that's going to help get that into a deeper part of your dermis. It's also really, really good at helping with the skin structure. So this is all about strength. Think of your bodyguard, think of how strong and, you know, powerful they are, this is going to be doing that for you and your skin. So there you have it. Big breakdown. I know it's a lot of information, but it's really important for you to know just how much work we have gone into. And I'm so happy that today we got to finally sign it off. It was a very great email to write to say all approved, because I've been challenging up for now quite some time on making sure these formulas aren't just there to do a pretty job on the day and give you a good win for your makeup and how your skin looks. This is, as always, when I launched the primer all those years ago, my number one priority after the performance was your skin health. And this skincare range is really delivering on that. And I promise you it's going to get better and better, and you're going to see it in this range. I have worked so hard to make sure you're going to see the impacts, not just short term, but long term too, for your skin.